Jeffree defending his farm, David's assistant Natalie turned model, and Shane Dawson getting all this praise. What is going on, you guys? We have got to get into everything. Let's start with Shane Dawson. Shane has been doing a podcast for the last few weeks. It started as a trial and he was going to decide fully if he wanted to continue doing it. But after the success of the first episode, he definitely was like, I gotta keep doing this. And yes, guys, I said success because a lot of people like the show, believe it or not. There have been a ton of positive comments that have come from him doing this podcast. Literally on every single platform, people are loving it. Him and Ryland have been in Los Angeles for the last couple of months, just working on work-related things. Shane said that he wanted to work on a horror film, so that's why they've been in LA. And they did move to Colorado, but they did keep their old house in LA for work purposes. But since being in LA, he's been doing the podcast with not just Ryland, but his brother Jared and their cameraman Chris. And people have been wondering what would kind of happen to the podcast when they went back to Colorado, because literally half of the hosts are living in a different state. Well, it looks like the time has come and Shane is pretty conflicted as to whether or not the show should continue. He said the show has been getting a lot of good feedback, like I said, and I think that's exactly why he's going to keep doing this. But I don't know if it will be with Chris and Jared or what, but I think the feedback is the nicest that he's received in a really long time, so he simply just can't give it up. And he said that he would even consider flying to LA to continue the podcast if people wanted him to, which seems like a lot, but I guess he's okay with it since he probably hasn't felt this type of reaction about something that he's put out in a really, really long time.
So thank you guys for all the nice comments. I've been reading them and okay. As I was saying before the demon welcomed me back home, thank you. I'm just really excited and I'm so happy you guys like the show. If you want us to keep going, let us know, because we're kind of in a place now where we need to figure out what we're doing. Chris and Jared have full-time jobs. Like we'd have to travel back and forth. It would kind of become my whole life, which I'm willing to do. But let us know if you want that. I hope you do, because I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go hang out with the ghosts.
So I definitely want to know if you guys have been listening to his show and how you guys feel about it, because I'm pretty surprised about the response that he's received just from doing a couple episodes of it. And do you guys think that he should or, is going to continue it? Now, as for David Dobrik, it seems like his friends have gone off to have major careers of their own. His assistant Natalie, which honestly, that probably isn't even her title anymore because she's been around for so long and has done so much for him, but she has gone on to have a modeling career on the side. Last year, Natalie surprised the Vlog Squad when she told them that she was going to be in Sports Illustrated Swim.
I got a phone call the other day and I am going to be in the 2021 Sports Illustrated Swim issue.
Oh, Natalie! What? Are you serious?
That's so cool.
Thank you.
Oh my god! What? Are you kidding? What? You? No way! Shut up!
And this year, she actually returned to the magazine, and of course, David had to show it off on his Instagram story.
Guys, look at this. Check this out. Hello, Nat.
Now, last year when she was in it, I thought it was kind of just like a one-time thing, but she was back doing it again this year, and the photos of her honestly are so good and they're so amazing, and they shot these photos in Belize. Natalie also did several interviews with the magazine and addressed a lot of the hate that she's received in the last year or so.
They can just say whatever they want to say without consequence. And, in some instances that's great, in some instances it's not, and it's just negative hate. And I definitely go through that on a daily basis. But I think it's just, I don't know that person does not know me, and they're probably never gonna get to know me, and that sucks for them because I'm really awesome and cool and amazing. And it's really just knowing that, like literally just being confident, like I have friends and family that love me, and that's what matters. And all these other people that, don't understand that and appreciate that, then whatever.
I feel like people have been particularly hateful of Natalie, but not because of anything that she's done or been a part of, but for her looks, which I feel is extremely low and uncalled for. Like, be upset with her for other reasons, not her looks. Like, that's just so stupid. And I feel like calling out someone's looks is just so in the past. Like, why are we still doing that? Why are we bringing other people down? looks wise. But anyway, let's talk about people bringing down Jeffree and Jeffree clapping back, because oh my goodness, this Jeffree Star story, this is I swear this is all just a business tactic for Jeffree. Like, he doesn't care that people are upset about him for this whole yak meat situation. He loves the publicity, I'm sure of it. So let's just get into all the drama surrounding him, because this is a lot and this is a hot topic. People have been fired up over this one on all sides. People are either mad at Jeffree because he lied and said nothing more was going on at his Star Ranch than just having yaks as pets and helping his mental health, and then just like randomly decided he was going to be selling yak meat, while others are mad that people have a problem with him having a farm and selling yak meat, saying it's ridiculous that people are upset or taking issue with his Instagram page because there are plenty of farmers that have social media and you can love on your animals while still selling their meat. Now, I think it being Jeffree is a whole like other reason why people are taking issue with this. Him not being upfront about it all and kind of blindsiding people by saying, hey y'all, I'm selling meat. But I do think that the shock factor in Jeffree's life has always been a big marketing tactic for him. From makeup palettes to any type of launch he was having, there was always some sort of shock factor with it. There's been so many products that Jeffree has come out with where there's been controversy attached to the marketing that he's done, the photo shoots that he's done, the names of the products themselves, the shade color names. There's always been some shock factor with him. So I'm honestly not surprised that Jeffree kind of blindsided everybody and just was like, surprise, like I'm selling meat now on his Instagram page, because shock factor sells with him. And it's also a reason why everyone's talking about him right now, because people are like, what the heck? So I guess I'm not surprised, and I didn't think about this the first time that I talked about this. And obviously, yes, he has a farm. What do you expect? But when Jeffree first got there, he was talking about how he just wanted to love on these animals and there was nothing more happening besides brushing them and them helping him with his mental health. There was no mention of him using them to sell their meat. And when he was confronted with people being upset that he trademarked his Star Yak Ranch logo and name for yak meat and butchering, he was very defensive about the whole thing. So I think he just wanted to announce it to people in a very shocking way to get the buzz going and have people talk about this yak meat, because he wants to sell it. And when this website goes up, of course, people are going to be on the website. They're going to be clicking on stuff because of the big conversation that is surrounding him selling this meat. So yes, there are farmers that have Instagrams, there are farmers that have TikToks, but yes, this being Jeffree makes it a whole different ballgame for people, especially when he said he had very different intentions for this farm at the beginning. And I think a lot of people just thought that he was relaxing and kicking it back, sitting on this farm with his animals, cuddling them, and nothing more was happening, because that's what he said. But obviously you can't like trust everything that Jeffree says. Now, he's addressed the backlash that he's been getting in several Instagram stories since his pop-up was this weekend, so he just wanted to address everything.
Say hi, y'all. Yes. Let's go outside and say hi to everyone. Oh my God.
What's up?
Hey, y'all. Today was insane. First of all, shout out to everyone that came down to our yak meat pop-up. It was amazing. There was people from all over. I was shook.
He claimed not to be a liar and said that he bought a ranch and then decided months later to look into the food that he was eating, and he wanted to be more aware of what he was putting in his body, and he had like a mind switch.
Side note, please screen record this if you have memory loss. People are allowed to change their mind. One thing that's funny, people are so weird because it's me. It's gonna be something always different, right? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a liar. You don't know me. I'm me. And I bought a ranch. Months later, the idea evolved. I educated myself on where the food I was putting into my body came from, and I don't give a f about myself. Hi, I ate McDonald's every day. I was promoting Taco Bell like it was fucking Chanel. Disgusting. I'm so disappointed in myself. That's just not me anymore. I'm a different person. So no, I'm not a liar. I started raising yaks over a year ago, and I still have 100 20 pets, and the only yaks that you guys have ever seen on social media are my pets. Any tag with a name is my pet. People are so, I think if you just don't like me in general, you're just hopping on this thing today. Maybe it's Memorial Day weekend, you're bored, but I'm like, girl, stop making up in your heads. People are literally making up their own narratives. You're slaughtering Swiss Chocolate and Buster. No, they're actually right outside the window grazing on the grass.
He also wanted to address people talking about his vegan brand, which this I think is dumb because yes, his products are vegan, but he's never branded himself as a vegan. And he's always done mukbangs where he's been eating fast food and eating meat and all of this stuff. So I think it's been long, talked about, and like this conversation has already been had that Jeffree is not vegan, but he has a vegan makeup brand.
Jeffree does a vegan makeup brand for a living. Y'all know I eat meat every day. When have I ever claimed to be vegan? No, I'm on year 8 of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I created it so it can be inclusive and everyone could wear it.
He also went on to talk about it further on Twitter, saying, I guess some people forget that it's okay to change your mind or evolve an idea. People are so effing weird, it's a trip. If you're losing sleep over me, it's time for some self-reflection. The world is so dark and ugly, why project your self-anger at me? I mean, yeah, I gotta say, if you're losing sleep over this, that's dumb. I think it's okay to be like shocked about it because it is kind of shocking to like see his Instagram and then him like not make an announcement, or him not even to say on his story, hey guys, like I remember when I said earlier that nothing more was going on in the farm, and then I actually decided to change my mind. He just was very much like, anybody in the Wyoming area, anybody in the Casper area, we are selling yak meat. That's a little shocking. Anyway, he continued, stop using the same regurgitated quote from last year when I said all my yaks are pets. They are, but months later, I learned how healthy yak meat is and I started to appreciate learning where my food comes from. Educate yourself and not immediately lash out at. He said, our country is trying to take women's rights away and there's already so much hate on the internet every single moment. There's no way people are actually concerned about me supplying my local community with food. I've donated over 1,000 pounds of meat to shelters. Jeffree also did a meet and greet, if you will. There's a bunch of pictures on his Instagram that he's tagged in. It looks like they're at a doctor's office, but they did a little meet and greet, if you know what I mean. Anyway, it looks like that they had a good turnout.
Staryaks.com will launch with the online store very soon. So if you're local in Casper or surrounding areas, you can order and pick up local, or we will be shipping to all of America. I'm excited. I'm really excited. The future's great. Everything's awesome. And no one's gonna my parade, Miss Thing. All right, time to go play with all my yaks that I'm not killing. Bye, guys.
It's a hot topic, and I'm sure Jeffree is honestly not even mad about people having the conversation. I'm sure he's honestly loving it because it's getting him publicity and more people are going to want to taste his yak meat at the end of the day because there's so much buzz around it. So I definitely want to know what you guys think about this because there's a lot going on here, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.